Shalom, shalom, and welcome. Welcome to Turning Points. My name is Symmanayah, and every day we face turning points, making decisions of whether to go left or right, forward, backwards, be still or move. Turning points. Each day in this journey we call life, it is important for us to discern each turn in order to magnify set apartness. My name is Symmanayah. Let's get started. This installment brings one's attention to the need to identify the fragments and discern the beginnings. And I boldly have highlighted here, Yahuah is the beginning and the end, one who renews, one who restores. Let me read some passages to you, my brothers and sisters. Revelation 1:8, I am the Aleph and the Tah, beginning and the end, says Yahuah, who is, who was, and who is to come, the Almighty. 1:11, saying again, I am the Aleph and the Tah, the first and the last. Write in the book what you see and send it to have the seven assemblies of Asia, to Ephesus, to Smyrna, to Pergamos, to Thyatira, and to Sardis, and to Philadelphia, and to Laodicea. There's no doubt, my brothers and sisters, that he is indeed the beginning and the end. I have some other scriptures highlighting, emphasizing how indeed Yahuah is the Aleph and the Tah. Revelations 21:6, Revelation 22:13, of which I have on the screen. I want to read John chapter 6, verse 11 through 14. And Yahuah took the loaves, and having given thanks, he distributed them to the taught ones, and taught ones of those sitting down, and the same with the fish as much as they wished. And when they were filled, he said to his taught ones, gather the broken pieces that are left over, so that none gets wasted. So they gathered them and filled the 12 baskets with broken pieces of the 5 bodies which were left over by those who had eaten it. Then the men, having seen the sign that Yahuah did, said, this is truly the prophet who is coming to the world. My brothers and sisters, at the words of the Mashiach, Yahusha, upon feeding the multitude, he told them to pick up the fragments, and they had 12 baskets full. 12 baskets full as a result of the fragments that was left behind when he fed the multitude. I submit to you, my brothers and sisters, just as we see the taught ones responding to the Mashiach and gathering 12 baskets full, I submit to you, we will also see how, as we begin to identify fragments of truth, how many of us have ever asked the question, when we examine one's actions, what are the origins? What are the beginnings of such? I've seen many Hebrew camps right away just throw out Christian and other religions, say, just throw that out. That's wicked and wrong. And I submit to you, even among the Christian doctrines, the Christian teachings, my brothers and sisters, of which I was once in, it was important to me to pursue righteousness, set apartness. It was important for me to find and discover the truth. And while many and almost all religions have a flaw, let us not throw out the fragments of truth. In other words, for some in different religions, there are some where it says, develop a relationship with the Almighty One, the Almighty Father. And there is only one. With many, it talks about a personal relationship, though some doctrines do not. Let us look at, as Yashar'al is awakened, we're coming from many different positions of bondage, many positions where we were programmed to believe one thing or another. But let us not toss out the things that were true, such as establishing a personal relationship with the Messiah, such as walking filled with the Spirit, such as identifying his set apart spirit, such as understanding the power of atonement. You see, my brothers and sisters, there's a common term that says, don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. As we realize that we're drawing closer and closer to end times, as Yashar'al is awakening, I submit to you, my brothers and sisters, we will witness identifying the fragments, identifying the things that have been left over as a result of people attacking the scriptures, attacking Yahuwah's written word and changing it and mistranslating it and rewording it to fit their own agendas. In spite of man's tampering, we see that the truth, set apartness, the life in the scriptures have not changed, and they are emerging among us in spite of all of man's tampering. We will grow to know without a doubt why it says the letter kills, but the spirit makes alive. For Yahuwah never changed. But we are in a time now, my brothers and sisters, where it is important to realize Yahuwah is the beginning and the end. So let us ask, let us seek to discern the origins of information that we weigh and see if there's any truth. If there's any truth, let us grab the truth and hold on to it. For as the fragments of truth come together, as we yield to what is indeed true, and the fragments of truth come together. Now, I'm not talking about compromising fellowships. I'm not talking about compromising beliefs. I'm saying hold on to the things that are true. Acknowledge what is true and discard the things that are wicked. And if we begin to walk as such, as we begin to discern each term, knowing what to admit is true and what is not, knowing how to identify when it veers off the beaten path of set apartness versus staying on that straight and narrow path, my brothers and sisters, in doing so, Yashar'al can and will become whole. We will witness people from many backgrounds coming together as they shed the things that did not line up with scriptures according to the spirit of Yahusha. Pray and watch, my brothers and sisters. Be encouraged. Our redemption draws near, and not a fragment of truth will be laid waste. Not a fragment of set apartness will be ignored. It will be made correct or removed out of our presence. The things that are not true, the fragments that are not true, but all fragments of truth will be acknowledged. Truth in itself originates. It has its beginning and its end in Yahuwah. Until next time, my brothers and sisters, can you, will you, do you want to discern the fragments of truth so that we can fill that basket? And I submit to you in that parable, it will be as though the 12 tribes of Yashar'al, when they come together, as the fragments coming together, filling 12 baskets, filling 12 tribes, as it's written in Revelations 7th chapter. Be encouraged, my brothers and sisters. Shalom, shalom, shalom.